The Marfa Lights, a mystery that has defied explanation for over a century. Deep in the vast, silent desert of West Texas, far from major cities and modern distractions, an unexplained phenomenon has baffled scientists, locals, and visitors for more than 100 years. They are known as the Marfa Lights. Strange, glowing orbs that appear after sunset. Lights that hover, drift, split apart, disappear, and sometimes race across the horizon without any confirmed explanation. The phenomenon occurs near the small desert town of Marfa, a quiet community surrounded by empty plains and mountains. On most nights, the desert feels still and lifeless, but on certain evenings, something extraordinary happens. Witnesses report seeing bright spheres of light, white, yellow, red, or blue, floating several feet above the ground. Some lights pulse, others flicker. Some appear suddenly and vanish just as fast. At times, they seem intelligent, responding to movement or observers watching them. What makes the Marfa Lights so compelling is not just how they look, but how long they've been seen. A mystery older than modern technology. The first recorded sighting dates back to 1883. A young rancher named Robert Reed Ellison reported seeing strange flickering lights in the distance while tending cattle. He initially believed they were campfires from Apache tribes or distant travelers. But when he rode toward them, the lights vanished. Over the decades, reports continued, cowboys, ranchers, railroad workers, pilots, law enforcement officers, and tourists all claimed to see the same phenomenon. Long before cars, highways, or electrical infrastructure existed in the region. This alone presents a problem. If the lights were simply caused by car headlights or modern technology, how could they have been observed decades before automobiles even reached the area? What do the lights actually do? Eyewitness descriptions are remarkably consistent. The lights often appear shortly after sunset or before dawn. Hover above the desert floor, move independently or in groups, split into multiple lights and rejoin, change colors mid-air, accelerate suddenly, then stop instantly, fade out without a trace. Some witnesses claim the lights follow vehicles. Others report the lights approaching observers before retreating. There are even accounts of the lights responding to hand movements or flashlights, though these claims remain anecdotal. Photographs and videos exist, but none have definitively explained their source, scientific investigations, and why none fully explain it. Over the years, multiple scientific teams have attempted to solve the mystery. One popular explanation is atmospheric refraction, where distant lights are bent and distorted by layers of warm and cool air, creating the illusion of floating or moving objects. According to this theory, car headlights from distant highways could appear suspended above the desert. But there's a problem. The lights have been seen in areas with no direct line of sight to roads. They've also been observed before highways existed, and many witnesses report movements that don't match vehicle patterns. Another hypothesis involves ball lightning, a rare and poorly understood electrical phenomenon. Ball lightning can appear as glowing orbs and move unpredictably. However, ball lightning is extremely short-lived and usually associated with thunderstorms. While Marfa Lights often appear on clear, dry nights, some scientists have suggested natural gas emissions, where gases ignite and produce light. But geological surveys have found no significant gas deposits capable of producing such consistent and mobile lights. Others point to earthquake lights, electromagnetic phenomena generated by tectonic stress, but the region does not experience frequent seismic activity, and the lights occur even when there is no tectonic movement. In short, every explanation solves part of the mystery, but none explain all of it. Government tests and official curiosity. In the 1950s, the U.S. military reportedly conducted observations in the area, intrigued by reports of unidentified lights moving in restricted airspace. Nothing conclusive was released. In later years, universities installed monitoring equipment, including cameras and sensors. While they recorded light anomalies, the data was inconclusive and failed to definitively identify a source. Even today, the phenomenon remains officially unexplained. Psychological illusion, or something real. Skeptics argue that the human brain is excellent at finding patterns in darkness. Fatigue, expectation, and suggestion may play a role. When people go looking for something mysterious, They may interpret ordinary stimuli as extraordinary, but that explanation struggles with the sheer number of independent witnesses over more than a century, of whom were skeptics themselves. Pilots have reported seeing the lights from the air. Law enforcement officers have logged sightings. Scientists who traveled expecting nothing unusual admitted they saw something they couldn't easily explain. Why the mystery endures. What truly keeps the Marfa Lights alive is consistency. They appear in the same general area. They behave in similar ways. They defy simple categorization. Unlike hoaxes or one-time anomalies, this phenomenon has persisted across generations, cultures, and technologies. Today, thousands of visitors travel to the official Marfa Lights viewing area every year. Some see nothing. Others witness lights dancing across the desert, leaving them speechless. And that uncertainty is part of the mystery. Unanswered questions are the Marfa Lights, a rare natural phenomenon science hasn't fully understood yet. A complex combination of atmospheric, geological, and optical effects, or something else entirely, something we don't yet have the tools to measure. After more than 100 years, the truth remains elusive. The lights appear. They move. They vanish. And they leave behind the same question they've asked for over a century. What is really happening in the desert of West Texas? No final answer exists. Only daylights still waiting in the darkness.